what's your take on the latest AI progress we hear about, here and there? Because I know that AI algorithm transforming recruiting, hiring practices, internal company workplace, like you said, right? So where do you see the major advancements coming from, and how fast companies ready to adapt some of those algorithms?
Yeah, sure. Because see, one of the things challenges the talent management, the talent shortage is real, right? And so you look at one stage, the automation is taking place, digitization is taking place, and on the one hand, and then or you also have the gig economy, and so the organizations are really struggling for the talent shortage, right? And so the one thing, the technology AI certainly can help. I think it is definitely catching fire, but not at a large level. Irene, it is still catching up slowly, because one area where it currently can play a significant role is talent sourcing, right? In terms of identifying, understanding the position needs or the company's needs, and then matching that with the talent, right? And there are also there are companies that provide video interviews. I mean, the last 2 years at least, we have seen most of the job interviews happens remotely, like video interviews. So the AI components are baked into it. So now they say, based on the responses, and the questions are different, and then the assessment is done. So in terms of sourcing, screening, identifying the right talent, interviewing, AI tools are really helpful, particularly for large organizations, right? When you're looking at small and mid-sized organizations, they may not have the appetite to invest right now, but eventually they will. But the large organizations where so much of recruiting taking place, and so AI tools are certainly helpful. Not only in this, right? So in every employee life cycle you look at, from from recruiting to the retirement, right? Every phase, technology tools can play a significant role. For example, once you hired, right, now you're no longer a new hire, you're hired, right? And then they do most of the HR system they call HRIS systems. Now they make one of the predictive analytics as one of the part of their offerings. But there are also tools like sentimental analysis or sentimental analytics. You have where you measure employees' mood and how they work with the teams and the cross-functional teams, and so tailor the responses. And so every aspect of employee life cycle, AI, and specifically AI, can play a significant role. Irene.
I get a lot of skeptical opinions that we're not there yet as a culture, because we still want human to hire us and human to help us to onboard into organization, because again, we don't want to be part of automated processes in a way that, yes, entering the new employment place, it's a big step. So
True.
let's not forget about sensitivity. Mhm.
Absolutely, I agree. Because I mean, even here now, Irene, so even though they use the tech tools like AI tools, the final decision still will be made by the humans, right? So the tools, and I always tell them, tools are tools. They don't replace you. They augment you. They augment us. They help us, right? The one of the challenges is the HR, the people who utilize these tools should have the knowledge, right? So should have the proficiency in utilizing those tools, right? I think that's a critical piece, because you can have a fancy car, but if you don't know the bells and whistles of it or how to use it, you don't need to know how the engine works, but you need to know how it drives, right? How to drive and how to leverage the vehicle. So I think that's what I mean by having that dexterity, right? Having that knowledge, having the understanding the implications, right? Having the proficiency. All these things matters when you have these tools. But the tools don't make the decision, right? They help you make the decisions.